Good evening, Magister. My name is Changoluisa, and today I am going to talk about theoretical approaches to human development. So, let's start. Gender. Gender refers to the way in which society believes that we are supposed to look, think, and act like girls and women and boys and men. Every culture has its beliefs and informal rules about how people should act based on their gender. So, this definition is from Planned Parenthood 2021. So, when we talk about from gender equality in education, we can say that boys and girls have the same opportunities in the future in terms of economic and social, cultural, political issues. I don't know. So, to get gender equality, it's necessary to pay attention following important matters. We can say that traditional gender roles causing gender inequality shall be removed because it's very dangerous from the child, from the things. So, but boys and girls should be provided with enrollment, policies, and educational practice by the same teaching methods in the same curriculum and in content. So, when we talk about equality in the education or equality in the learning process, uh, is when the girls and boys receive the same treatment and attention and have equal opportunities to take advantage of the process of learning. Mm, this kind or this meaning that even though their learning styles could be different, but boys and girls are exposed to the same curriculum teaching methods, materials, and access to technology, and that's it. Equality. Equality aims to ensure that everyone gets the same thing. It is the effect of treating each person without difference. So, gender equality. It is not only a fundamental human right, but a necessary foundation for a peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable world. So, we can add this kind equal treatment or differential treatment that is seen as equivalent in terms of rights, benefits, obligations, and opportunities. So, educational equality. What is the meaning of education equality? Equality asserts that every student should have the same access to a high quality education regardless or where they come from. It also requires that all students be held to the same standards and objectives regardless of their circumstance, abilities, or experience. So we continue with equality. Equality, we can give a definition like it is the practice of taking into account the difference of each individual and working to provide equal opportunities by providing support based on the unique needs of individual students or employees. So, uh, gender equality recognize that the needs of women and men are different and that the difference must be identified and addressed to correct the existing imbalance between the sexes. Uh, we can add gender equality means respecting all people without discrimination regardless of their gender. It also means addressing gender inequalities that limit a person's ability to access opportunity to achieve better from health, education, economic opportunities based on their gender. For the other hand, we can say from educational equality, it means that each child receives what they need to develop to their full academic and social potential. Um, in this case, education equality allocates educational resources by equalizing the educational system for students whose low socioeconomic status, ethnic background, family background, or geographic region impeded their academic growth. Continues, we are talking about biological development. In this case, childhood is a learning period for the child where they will acquire the basic skills to be able to interact with the world in which they live. This will means a series of increasingly complex chains of the main areas of child development. In this part, we can subdivide in cognition, social interaction and emotional regulation, speech and language, physical skills, sensory awareness. For that, we don't forget that childhood the most important stage of human development. On the other hand, we can speak for biological development. About the human brain development takes place in the third gestational week and extends at least through late adolescence. In this case, we can say maturation. It's a combination with the human brain development because it's spontaneous, it's determining the learning capacity. It is the set of physical growth process that enable the development of a specific behavior. So, types of reasoning: motor, emotional, cognitive, or mental. So, these terms is very important from learning process because it's a result of maturation process of the innate capacities led to the full physical development of all the functions, making it possible to train memory, attention, will the ability to reason so that they yield the maximum of its possibilities in different people. So, finally, how do children learn? As we already know, the first years of life are a critical period of life when children absorb a lot of information from what they experience and influenced by the environment, from the game, make, search, or learning. UNICEF and the different experts media recommended stimulation late in children on a day-to-day basis, including in a daily interactions, innate qualities. In this case, we all have this internal impulse to learn new things that allow us to know more about the world and therefore perform better in it. And in childhood, this manifests itself much more clearly than in other stages of life. In this case, we can subdivide in curiosity and interest, initiative, perseverance and attention, creativity and invention. On the other hand, experience and environment. Children's learning is strongly influenced by the experience they live and the environment to which they are exposed from birth. The last term, imitation. Imitation offers children the opportunity to practice and master new skills. Imitation also serves as the foundation for the development or empathy or the ability to experience what another person is feeling. For conclusion, we can say that child is a new world that must be explored and helped to understand how it works. Finally, thanks you very much for your attention and have a nice day.